Hey, you guys, this is your girl, Coach Ebony Nicole, the Vice President of the Rochester Black Authors Association, and we are back for another episode of Black Authors ROC, where your voice, your words, your story matter. I am so excited because I was just talking with this young lady, and we're not too far from each other. She's in New Jersey, I'm up in New York, Rochester, New York. But do y'all know it's snowing here? And she got dust. They got dust snow. I'm feeling a little kind of way, a little salty because I was ready to transition from fall winter clothing to spring summer. So I'm a little upset, but I'll be all right. Okay. So I want you all to meet this beautiful author. Go ahead and tell us your name and where you're from.
My name is Evelyn Garland, and I'm from New Jersey. Thank you for having me, Ebony.
Huh?
Thank you for having me.
Oh, you're very welcome. You're very welcome. So tell us about this new book, this latest book that you have out.
Yes, so the book I have out is called The Reason I Held You Close. It's a children's book. It actually started out as a poem I wrote years ago. And I was like, hey, the Lord said, like, write your book. I'm like, Lord, I don't have time to write a book. I'm busy.
So you thought.
Yeah. So I can tell Lord, I'm
Got
going
it.
to give you what I have. Nothing's finished. I have a novel working on. Nothing's finished, but I'm going to give you what I have. I'm going to give you this, and that. And this poem, I want to turn to a children's book. It is the God's love for us, what I had originally. I turned it into a natural love, like a parent's love for their children, whether they're yours or not. These are the reasons why I hold you close. So you can be your best self while you grow up. You don't see it right now, but you'll appreciate when you look back on it.
Absolutely. And that's the beautiful thing about I'm not a mama yet, but I have 12, 13 nephew and nieces. And you would have thought with how they tap my little wallet. It's like they know when I get paid. I don't know how they know, but they know when I get paid. But they always get me. But I love them like they are my own.
Yes.
And so it's having children having a tribe around them who can teach them, instill in them, help sharpen them, help provide some type of structure to their lives. When they look back, when they become young men and young women, they could be like, I had a solid tribe. My aunt taught me how to cook. My other aunt taught me about finances. My grandma taught me about this. My aunts, my cousins, everybody taught me, and they made me, shape me, mold me into the person I am now. But at the time, I don't think kids see it as that. As when they grow, as growing up, they might be like, "Oh, this is too strict." No, it's
Yes.
not.
Why
Not.
me? And
Mm-hmm.
my friends do be like, it's not your friend's house.
Yep. So my friend B, I'm not your little friend. I think kids need to hear more of that. I'm not your little friend. Whereas, as opposed to, I'm trying to be your friend. No, I'm not your little
Yeah.
friend. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm a whole adult. You were a child. So what truly inspired the poetry part? Where was the inspiration from that? Where did that derive from?
Well, I always liked writing since I was a kid. And so I stopped writing. I pursue other things. And so I like writing as a way of expressing your feelings, like
Mm-hmm.
music. Only
Yeah.
it's in the word format, and you're able to, people can relate and they can connect with you on that level. And so I have actually have a book of journals of poems I'm gonna actually put out. I'm like, I want the title yet. So that's what it came from, just wanting to express myself and be able to
Yeah.
connect with people in other ways.
See, that's the thing about writing, not just using poetry to express yourself, but all writing can be a way to express yourself, and it's an outlet for some people as well. Did you consider your writing an outlet for you?
Yes, I like to journal. So
Mhm.
it's like, you're able to, sometimes you can express it. But when you start to write, sometimes I would like write like at 2 or 3 in the morning. I'm
Oh
like, I should be
wow.
sleeping right now, but
Right.
writing. And it seems like it's the most peaceful time to write
Yeah.
and just, everything. And it just comes so naturally. One time I was actually writing a poem, and I was I did have like last year. I was writing. I was actually thinking of a poem. It's called "I Guess Sir No Ma'am," right? And I couldn't find my pen and paper at the time. I used my phone and recorded
Yep.
the poem there. And I'm like, okay, because if I don't do it now, it's gonna be away from me. I'm like, what am I gonna say?
Yep.
How's it put together? And so actually, that was another way to be able to like create like what situations can actually help you to express, like what is going on and how can I put it in a format of words. Instead of expressing it this way, you can do it another way. And
Yep.
it's okay, like I had like some poems that I had written out. I was like, what you think about it? Like, what? I can see myself in this. I can like, oh, okay.
And
Just a connection. That's
in
awesome.
addition to writing, because we were talking about speaking it, have you ever done spoken word poetry?
I have. I
How
have.
was that experience? Because I think I've seen I don't mind poetry at all. Like it's you get to the highs and lows of it, and it just the journey that some poets can take you on. I think it's fascinating. So spoken word poetry is just another level up, in my opinion. Because although I'm a writer, spoken word is still a thing, and I like it. How is that for you? Are the two of writing and performing the same to you?
They are a little different
Mhm.
because you have to memorize what you wrote.
Yeah, that too.
So it's like, what if I forget? So like you're practicing, that's like, like a brain freeze, like I actually wrote
Make it
a
up.
poem. Yeah, like I actually wrote a poem one time to perform. And I was like, I feel nervous because like I have to remember this like off the back of my head, but I had it in front of me. What I did was I had a copy of it just in case, I may forget a word
Yeah.
or I may put a line differently. And I was like, I did it, because I practiced it, I memorized it, like, okay, I got this. It's like, oh my goodness, I'm having a brain freeze right now.
Oh no, I would be devastated. Like, no, for real, I would just be like, I don't know every word that I wanted to speak. Everything just left me. So I'm just gonna flow off the top of my head. Whatever comes out, that's what's said. Like I would be, yep, they will get every word that formulated at that point.
Yeah, it's just the getting out there and doing it. I think the more like you do it, it's like you conquer your fear of
Yeah.
like audience staring at you. And then the
Stage
more,
right.
yeah, just like the more you do, it's like okay, I can relax. I'm telling you, I can relax when I'm like reading and speaking. Other time it's like, okay, in a minute, breathe.
And then it's
You got
like,
it.
okay, now it's over. And then I love about that is was when it comes to stage fright, right that moment, right before I hit the stage, I'm nervous. But once I stand up and I'm there in front of people, everything goes away. And then when I'm
Yeah,
off, I'm like, I want to do it again, So
yes,
it's like an
absolutely.
emotional roller coaster. It's like I'm terrified, I'm scared, I'm scared, I'm scared. Let's do it again. Like,
I did it. I accomplished I faced my fears,
yep.
and like I got this.
Have you ever been? Is there any piece of poetry that you've written? So, speaking of conquering fears, is there any piece of poetry that you've written that was like you were afraid to write, but you did, and a piece that you were afraid to speak, but you did?
No, I'm pretty open. Like if I
Mhm.
feel like this is the mood I am, and this is where I'm coming from,
Mhm.
and you either relate or you can like you can see yourself or you don't. But this is
Yep.
what I'm presenting.
I know that's right because every audience member won't connect to your words, and that's the same thing in any form of artistic, being artistic and creative. Everybody's not for everybody. Everybody won't grab it and connect with it. But and to me, if I can reach just one person, I've come and done my job because that person is going to transform their life. It's going to inspire them. It's going to motivate them to do something, and that motivation can expand into their tribe, into their network, and then create a whole new group of people who just been changed based off of what I said.
Yes, I think it's the mindset because
Yeah.
you can act to be able to correct people on the mindset of getting outside of your environment and doing something different. It's because you have not seen it done
Yeah.
Around doesn't mean that you can accomplish it, that you can't do it. But if you surround yourself by people where you're going, where you want to be, if
Yep.
I said something that inspired you to make a difference, then I feel like I have done, I've accomplished something that day.
Yes.
So it's the
Absolutely.
small things that matter to me, and I like to encourage people to count their wins. Like if I said something that really, um really blessed you. I'm like, oh, like I didn't know, like I didn't know that. I'm
I
sometimes I
didn't know
get
that's
surprised.
it.
Like, oh
I didn't
wow.
know that inspired. Well, thank
Sometimes
you.
that
Yep.
like okay.
And then that's encouraging too. So I would say to anyone who wants to write or write their words or speak them, be encouraged to just do it. Take the bull by the horns and just put it down. Like, listen, this is what I want to share with everybody. And pen and paper, you're gonna capture all this work. But then when you get on a platform to share it, just know your words and your voice matter. And that looking at the people, yeah, they're gonna frighten you. Because
Yeah.
especially if nobody's smiling and everybody just and you like, oh my God, nobody's grasping what I'm saying. But then it's when that after effect they come up to you, you're like, that piece when you said and when you answered and when you da da da, it touched my heart. Well, I didn't see that on your face. So, but I would wonder, have you always written, or was this like something, or have you always done poetry, or just like something that just a creative burst that just happened and then you just went with it?
Well, I always like poetry because
Mm.
I looked at I had poetry books. I like the way they express their wording and how able to just use their words as an influence,
Yeah.
whether it's, Sunny and Bright or even those that have like those deep, I guess, dark writings like, wow, I didn't know you can go that far.
Yeah. Yeah.
you know. So it's something I've always liked. I just stopped doing it. And I also like other writings as well form, like my novel it is a nonfiction, and it's
Mhm.
like a about a family. It's like life, funny, that's the life itself. And so I like to be versatile in my writing,
Yeah.
to be able to share and where, for children, I like to connect with them, regarding my book. Like I went in classrooms and just to be able to read to them and get their honest opinion. And just like I always like to break the ice with them because sometimes I'm like, okay, so I break the ice with kids just saying, the reason why your loved ones hold you close. They're like, immediately like, to keep me safe, help me cross
Yep.
the street, and just everyone get their own viewpoint of why they're held close. And if I can, then I can like break out the book,
Yeah.
and then go into it and interact with them. And it's been an amazing journey to connect with kids and a different parent parts versus for adults.
Yep.
The versatile side. So people that have just give me your honest opinion. I'll give them like a rough draft of it and say read it and just let me know what you think. And I'm like,
Absolutely.
okay.
Beta
I'm like,
readers.
you know, just to get them like that taste. And I'm like, it's kind of a neck, finish it. I'm like, I'm working on it, and like laugh, and like I feel laughter. I can't, I'm like, what, and so I just to be able to get, I like honest opinions, whether it's good,
Yes,
bad,
absolutely.
difference, and because it's not about whether you're on my side or you know me or not, but I want to know that you're able to understand it, and
Yep.
that whether you see something or not, you see your other someone else in it, or you can relate, or excuse me, I can relate. You're like, okay, I get it, and
Mm-hmm.
so I like to be able to have a good audience and just be able to see that, to hear that, and just it's always been an amazing thing for me.
Yeah,
Like
it's
I'm
them
surprised.
just getting it. It's like, okay, so you read it, but not only you're reading, you're comprehending what it is that I have shared. And then what I love is that when it comes to creative writing and sharing a verse, even a written word, um, creative writing in itself, rather, but people can read it and then they can understand your feelings that you are trying to convey. And if they can sense that this was a high point, then they get excited with you. If you're crying, laughing, or you're sad, then your writing can take them on that journey, on that emotional journey as well.
Yes,
So you
it's
said
amazing.
you have poetry, a children's book. How many books do you have?
Well, so I have three different areas of writing that I want to accomplish.
Mm,
Uh, so, which is my novel. I have my book. Well, maybe four. Maybe put them together. So I have my children's book. I think I make it to a series. I'm thinking about that because
okay.
I have time right now already. Just only two are finished so far. I have my poetry book that I actually written out as actually completed. I'm just putting out the title, how I want to actually display that one. But I also, what I'm doing this year, I'm actually working on something new, which is a gratitude journal that I
Yeah.
want to put out, which I'm looking to put it out in June. And
Hmm.
that is, it's so easy for people to gravitate to negativity.
Yeah.
But if you can take a step back and look at something positive in your day, what's around you, that outlook, that mindset, that shift can
Yes.
actually make a difference. And so the journal is pretty much about you. It's about you looking at what do I like about today? What
Yep.
affirmation am I saying to myself today? And
An
maybe it wasn't a
attitude of
good day,
gratitude.
but I want to, it was a good day, but I tell people count at least 3 wins of your day, big or small.
Mm.
Whether the sun came out today, someone smiled at me. I didn't break a nail today. My hair actually looked good today. My outfit actually did right. I didn't like spring on my clothes
Yeah.
today. But find something. Whether I clothed that client. I actually I conquered a fear of speaking in front of somebody, or I made a connection. I did an in-person event, excuse me.
Yep.
And I met three new people. Whatever it is for you, long as you know that look at great things that have happened, even if they're
And
small.
focus on those. Yep.
Exactly, because little things add up to big things. But just
Absolutely.
small things first, and you see that. Like, wow, like if you take a look at your day, maybe your week, and you actually look at the gratitude, like, wow, I got
I
some good
had a
things.
lot to be. I had a lot of things to be thankful for, to be gracious for, and I think that I love that. It's an attitude of gratitude, because if you keep that attitude, even when something else comes your way that's negative and try to disrupt that, you like, well, okay, I had a little fender bender, but let's
Yeah,
look at the big picture. It's a little dent. It's not going to cost me. It's their fault, not mine. So my insurance is not going to go up or be affected. That's a good thing.
yeah,
I'm alive. I'm not injured. Nothing hurts. That's the second thing. And the third thing is, Lord, I hope they're okay. And they are. That's a good thing. I'm thankful for it. That's my gratitude is coming in at. So I like that, because you give people the opportunity to really determine how good their day is going to be when they reflect on it. And then we go into the next day. You will, I think, like, as they begin to, or if they focus on actually looking for those three things that they're grateful for, when they, after, I think, was it 21 days to form a habit, at the end, if they get to that 21st day, then they'll wake up looking for reasons to be happy, looking for
yeah,
things to make them grateful. And so that'll definitely change their whole outlook on life.
yes, absolutely. And I'm just really glad. I'm excited about it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, I'm gonna put it out there, and just I want people just to, just a mindset
Mm-hmm.
shift is what I'm looking for, because I'm like, so many people. It's just like, if you can gather around negative, why not gather around something positive?
Yeah. Imagine what that would look like if you just shifted, just a mind shift. And it's not even like, it will probably change how one carry themselves, how they make decisions, in life as well, in friendship and relationships, and choosing the best for themselves instead of going with the crowd. So that's going to be awesome. Definitely going to be awesome.
Thank you.
I was wondering if you were in a room with other authors, aspiring authors, because I got a big heart for aspiring authors. What would you tell an inspiring author? Actually, okay, so you're in a realm of poetry. If you have a poet and they aspire to write a book, what's some advice that you would give them?
Okay. I would say authors all around. I would say to follow your dream in your heart.
Oh,
To
that's good.
you have what you have in you is just for you.
Yeah.
Not everyone's gonna agree with what you're doing and how you are putting it out there for your writing, but this is how you are going to reach people where you are.
Mm-hmm.
And it's always that first step that is the scariest. But once you
Yeah.
take that, take the next step, you will accomplish great things because greatness is in you. Just have to
Yeah.
let it come out.
Greatness is in you. You just have to let it come out.
Yeah.
That's a t-shirt. That's even because I love t-shirts. Okay. So everything is quotable to me. Oh, that's a nice Facebook or social media post. So make sure you do that. What is so I know you're talking offline. You have your book there, your children's book. What's to tell us about that a little bit more? I know you did mention that. But if you have a page in there you want to share with us?
Yes, actually, yes. I have my book here with me. It is here. The reason I held you close.
Yes.
One page that I am going to read from would be this page here. And it's
Aw.
I held you close because I knew I had you for a reason and many seasons throughout your life. So I have here kids being kids where who what kid has not drawn on the wall, made it their wallpaper for
I
drawing,
did. Yeah.
even their TV. And it's like, I have my nephew, he used to draw my TV as his chalkboard with his crayons. I'm like, okay, I have paper right here for you. But
Right on the paper, not the
yes,
walls.
yes, and he made it, my wall was white, and he had his crown. He just thought that was like his own paper to draw on. He tried to use the crown, like, oh, okay, this is not paper to
That's
draw.
funny. I think it was our generation. Oh, I'm 41, so we didn't have what do you call the erasable markers and things like that, or easy cleanup markers. No, everything was permanent. And so when we would write on the walls, oh man, it was not a happy time. It was not a
No.
happy time. So then it came right on the paper. And then you write on the paper and then you even coloring on the paper and you get off the paper. Now you coloring on the table and it
Yeah,
happens.
yeah, you learn to clean it up. And I'm like, this is priceless time. Like, all right, so
Yep.
only thing what it was the wall, the TV. I could use some spray wipe it down with. You can't get too much with crayons. But
Right.
it's
Come on, just use it. TV and like, okay, you just created a little Picasso over here. We'll
yes.
keep it just little
It had the
Picasso.
outfits. It was like the outfits on the TV. It had like traced them. And so it's about like two or three. And so he would use like, because he had to trace it. So he was trying to trace it on the TV. And I'm like,
Oh,
okay. I was like, that's not what you're supposed to do.
oh, that's not how that works, honey bun. Let me help you. I think that's where patience come in, and exercising and realizing this is a little kid, and kids are usually like blank slates, and so it's up to us as the adult in their lives, whether it be parent or auntie like myself, to make sure that we pour into those blank slates in a productive manner so that they'll know this is not what you're supposed to use. It was creative, great job, but next time this is how you should do it so that you won't get crazy eyes from auntie.
Yeah.
So we are almost coming to an end. How would people connect with you? If they wanted to just reach out with you, get copies of the book. You offline, you did mention that you have a writing business. So tell us, how can we connect with you, and tell us a little about your writing business as well.
Yes, the way to connect with me is through social media, is Facebook and Instagram. Mostly I have LinkedIn. It is Ev's Book Journey, and for all of them, you're able to connect that way with me. Or of my services that I do provide, I offer writing services for those who want to be able to read that literature and get that your work out as in you, out of you, whether it is a book format, or maybe you're doing a presentation, you just can't, like a course that you want to use as a PowerPoint. You need to be able to shift it around, be able to help you with that. Just a different
That's
range
good.
of writing, and so I do content creating as well, so therefore I can help you reach your audience to be your best self. That's what birthed Ev's Book Journey was. You writing, going from it being about me and how am I able to get my journey of my work, to how can it be about someone else on their journey to help to become their best selves for themselves and their business.
Oh, that's awesome. Become your best self for yourself and your business. Because if you can't be your best, I think with that, some people don't know the best is yet to come and they give up. They'll give up and thinking that this is the best I'll be. No, there's still more in you. You're still alive. That means there's more in you. So
Absolutely.
yes, so anyone, if you are an aspiring author, an inspiring poet, you need help just getting those ideas together. And you're like, you know what? I've been mulling over this for months, years, and for some of y'all, decades. Yeah, decades. It's time for you to really get it out of here and into a book. And I believe Miss Evelyn will be able to help you with that. So connect with her on social media. We will be having her information will pop up down below. So make sure you connect with her. Follow her on social media so you can get these gems that she's dropping. And you can't be out here like, well, nobody's trying to help me. Are you really looking for help, or are you just using an excuse not to do it? I'll let that rest with you. Anyways, you guys, that is all that we have for this episode. I am Coach Ebony Nicole, the Vice President of the Rochester Black Authors Association, host of the Black Authors ROC Podcast. And just so you all can know and remind you all that on May 25th of this year, we are holding the 8th annual Rochester Black Authors Expo. It is going to be an amazing day, y'all. We have speakers, we have authors coming from across this country to jump in Rochester, New York, give the readers what they want. I am so excited. You can go to our website, rockbaa.org, for more information and to register. Make sure if you are an aspiring author, you want to get your book published, come on in the room because we will have people there that can get you started. All right. So until next time, everyone, remember your words matter, your voice matter, and you need to be heard. So get it out there. We'll see you very soon.